Welcome into the Lakers Report by Chat Sports. I'm Jeffrey Cooperstein. On today's show, we're talking LeBron James, and later in the show, we'll be talking about a little D'Angelo Russell and the upcoming schedule for the Lakers. If you like what you're seeing, be sure to hit that thumbs up icon so we know that you're a real one. Let's start out on the LeBron James front, where a report from Brian Windhorst said LeBron could be staying in LA for the foreseeable future. Let's just get right into what Brian Windhorst said. I don't think this is LeBron's last stand, and I don't think this is the Lakers' last stand. First off, I think LeBron is angling to sign a multi-year deal in the offseason with the Lakers that will be 9 figures. That will be even bigger than the deal he is on now. LeBron does have a $51.4 million player option for the 24-25 season, and it seems like he's going to decline that, sign a new long-term deal with the Lakers. And my initial reaction when I saw these quotes was, of course LeBron wants a long-term deal. He's 39, turns 40 on December 30th of this year. So why would he not want one last long-term deal so he can ride out into the sunset as arguably the greatest player to ever play this game? And what's going to be crazy is if LeBron ends up signing, let's say, a 3-year contract with the Lakers will be he will have played for the Lakers almost as long as he played for Cleveland. He played for Cleveland 11 seasons in 2 stints. He'll play for the Lakers for almost a decade, which is wild to just even think about. But I think LeBron's goal is to play well into his 40s, kind of Tom Brady-esque, maybe even play until he's 45, and try to become the longest tenured NBA player ever as well. He's in his 21st season. I think he has at least 2, maybe 3 more years. Does he try to get to 25? That remains to be seen, but he's still doing it at an extremely high level. More from Brian Windhorst on LeBron James. And this part was interesting. Now, whether or not he's able to finish that deal, or whether or not the Lakers want to give him a 3-year contract and pay him $60 million per season, by the way, when he's 42 years old, that's a different discussion. When you take a look at what LeBron's doing this season, he's still doing it at an extremely high level, over 25 points a game, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, over 50% from the field. But it's the 3-point percentage, 40% from 3, that stands out for me, LeBron. He has never been a great 3-point shooter in his career, but over time, since he's lost a step athletically, he's become a better 3-point shooter, and I think that's really helped elongate LeBron's career so far. And like I said, he's still doing it on an elite level. I think he's still a top 10 player in this league right now, and I think he can still be an all-NBA player for at least the next 2 seasons. Look, I think he could play till he's 45 if he really wanted to. I know he wants to see out playing with Bronny, so I bet that timeline has an impact on what he wants to do. If Bronny stays another year or 2 in college, maybe that extends LeBron's career by another 2 or 3 seasons in the NBA. How many years do you think LeBron has left? Let me know in the comment section. If I had to guess right now, I would probably say I would go 3 years. I think that's a sweet number, and I think that's the contract he's going to end up signing with the Lakers. So let's call it a 3-year, $175 million extension. I think that's what LeBron's going to get, and I think the Lakers are going to give it to him, and that's going to be insane. He'll be the highest paid player of all time. He'll be the highest scorer of all time. He'll be the longest tenured NBA player of all time. He's going to have all those accolades, and it's going to be hard to argue that he is top 2 all-time great NBA players next to Michael Jordan. If you love what you're seeing on the Lakers Report and you want more, we have year-round coverage of your Los Angeles Lakers, rumors, news, analysis, free agency, and draft coverage. We love covering NBA free agency here at Chat Sports. I know producer Tex, that's one of his favorite times of the year. Oh, and by the way, it's all 100% free. So if you're a real one, be sure to hit that subscribe button, Laker Nation. We love having you here. We love talking Lakers hoops. Let us know down in the comments as well what you guys think about LeBron James, D'Angelo Russell, all that. We love interacting with the fan base. And coming up, we're going to show some love to D'Angelo Russell, man. I know he struggled a little bit in that game against the Sacramento Kings, but so did basically everyone else. But before we do that, I want to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, which is Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Football season may be over, but the action on the floor is just heating up. Whether it's tournament season or the fight for playoff home court, there's no shortage of high-stakes basketball moments this time of year. Get in on the excitement with Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy sports app, where you can turn hoops knowledge into serious cash. Quick withdrawals, easy gameplay, and an enormous selection of players' stat types are what makes Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. How does it work? Here's how. You pick 2 to 6 players, and if they will go more or less than their Prize Picks projection, you can win up to 25 times your money on any entry. And here are my prize picks for tonight's NBA action. I got Victor Wembanyama, more than 14.5 rebounds and assists. Victor is one of the best players in the league at such a young age already. I absolutely love what I'm seeing from him. Nikola Jokic, I'm going to go more than 25.5 points tonight. He's just been on a tear, and he does play Victor Wembanyama as well, so that'll be an interesting matchup to see. And then give me the less on Bam Adebayo, 20.5 points against the Detroit Pistons. Pistons actually playing some good ball lately, despite them still being one of the worst teams in the league. So if you want to ride me, fade me, whatever, put those projections in and do it with Prize Picks. With Prize Picks, it takes less than 60 seconds to make your picks. So get started right away. Download the app today and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. Again, download the app today and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100 when you go to prizepicks.com/CLNS. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy with our friends at PrizePicks. D'Angelo Russell, shout out to you, my man. With Russell's current play, the Lakers might be looking to sign him to a long-term deal this offseason. He also has an opt-out in his deal that could see him test free agency. And the way he's playing right now, I really think that could be a possibility. Of course, he did struggle against Sacramento, but the Lakers are not a good matchup for the Kings, frankly, and everyone kind of struggled in that game. But as far as his last 15 games have gone, he has been a super important part of this team, averaging over 20 points, above 6 assists, and it's the three-point percentage for me once again, 44% from three-point range. If D'Angelo Russell's shooting with that kind of efficiency, he's not known for his efficiency, but if he can do that, he's going to make himself a lot of money on this next contract. And I've always liked D'Angelo Russell as a fit for this Lakers team. I think he fits really well alongside LeBron James as a secondary ball handler, and he complements Anthony Davis, and they can play some pick and roll together. And I do think if the Lakers are going to make any noise in the playoffs / play-in, whatever you want to call it, they're going to need healthy and firing D'Angelo Russell to be able to make some damage here, because when you look at the NBA playoff picture here in the Western Conference, it is absolutely stacked. Currently, the Lakers sit at 9th right now. They are just 2 games behind the Dallas Mavericks. They're sitting at 36 and 31, and just 1 game above the Golden State Warriors, who they play tomorrow, which is an absolutely massive game when we take a look at the Lakers' next 5 games. The Warrior game on Saturday is going to be absolutely massive. You want to put some breathing room in between them and yourselves in the standings. And then you go and play the Atlanta Hawks. You got to beat them. The 76ers are kind of reeling. Tobias Harris is an absolute fraud and is stealing money from that organization. He will probably be on a vet min next year. Could be with the Lakers. Who knows? Then you have 2 hard games there against Indiana and the Bucks. So you frankly want to win these first 3 games here and try to play with a little house money in those last 2. And hopefully you can put a string of wins together and the Lakers can assert themselves in the playoff picture firmly and maybe even get out of the play-in and make a top 6 seed. Now, that's probably unlikely given where everyone else sits in the West, but you got to win all the games you can here down the stretch in the final month of the season. Where will the Lakers finish in the Western standings? Let me know down in the comment section. If I had to predict it, I would say I think they're going to finish right where they are in 9th. Now, that's not to say they aren't going to win the play-in and get into the postseason, but what we're seeing in the Western Conference right now is frankly incredible. It reminds me of the 2013-14 season where the Mavericks won 49 games and they were the 8th seed in the Western Conference. So I think that's kind of what we're seeing right now. If the Lakers win 45 or 46, I think they're going to end up the 9th seed here. So we'll see what happens, but I think the Lakers are in a good position to at least make the play-in tournament. And that'll be it for today's show. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Jeffrey Cooperstein. Be sure to subscribe and hit the thumbs up icon if you love Laker Nation, and we'll see you next time on the Lakers Report.